Hey, this is Josh here from Dojo Coders. Today I'm going to be showing you an introduction to PHP. To start off, if you're going to be doing PHP development on a local computer, as in not on a server that's hosted with someone such as HostGator or GoDaddy, you're going to need a PHP server locally on your computer. So if you're on a Mac, I'd recommend using MAMP, and if you're on Windows, I'd recommend WAMP. MAMP stands for Mac, Apache, MySQL, and PHP, and WAMP stands for Windows, Apache, MySQL, and PHP. This is basically just a small server that will run on your computer that has Apache, PHP, and MySQL. If you don't know, Apache is an HTML or web server. PHP will run PHP scripts, and MySQL is a database server. You don't really need to know any of that for this video or this series so far, but we'll get deeper into that later. So these links will be in the description, and after you have those, you'll want to get a text editor to create PHP documents. If you're on Windows, I'd recommend Notepad++. It's a free, very simple application. It's a lot more advanced than the standard Notepad on Windows, but you can also use just the standard Notepad application on Windows. If you're on a Mac, I'd recommend Text Wrangler. This is a free application as well. You can use TextEdit on a Mac, but Text Wrangler, just like Notepad++, is a huge step up from the default application. So once you get your MAMP or WAMP installed, you're going to put your PHP files. You'll find the directory where it's been installed. So as you can see in here in my applications folder, you come over here and see MAMP. You click on that, and you're going to want to go to the htdocs folder. If you're using WAMP or if you're on Windows, down in the bottom right in the taskbar, there should be a little icon. If you right click on that, you can hit Open htdocs folder. But this time on a Mac, we'll open that. So here you'll see there's nothing in here. If we go to our local host, you'll see that it's just the blank index. So we're going to want to create a PHP document. I'm using Coda. It's a paid Mac application to develop for PHP instead of Notepad or Text Wrangler. But you'll see down here, here's the htdocs folder. We're going to create a file, we'll call it index.php. So it's a PHP document, and we'll open it up. So as you can see here, we've got our coding. And every PHP document is going to start off with a opening bracket, question mark, PHP, and then every PHP document will also end with question mark, closing bracket. So in between this code is where we'll put all of our PHP. So we can start off, we're going to set a variable. Variables are defined by the $sign. As you can see, this application provides suggestions. It kind of pre-fills some things that you might use, but we'll get to what all these are later. If you're using another application, these probably won't come up. But we'll start off with $sign, and we'll just call it test. So we've created a variable called test. We're going to assign a value to the variable. So we'll hit equals, and then we're going to type single quotes, and we'll type this is a test, and we'll close the quotations and end the line with a semicolon. Every line in PHP will end with a semicolon. It's how the processor knows that that's the end of that code and that the next line is going to start a new variable or a new line of code. So we have this variable named test. If we save it and go back to our browser, we won't see anything because we haven't told it to do anything with this variable yet. So we're going to echo out this variable so we'll see it on the screen. So echo is a command in PHP that will just display whatever variable or whatever you put after echo out to the web browser. So we're going to echo the variable test and then put a semicolon. We'll save that. We'll come back here, refresh, and you'll see this is a test is put there. So if we want to create another variable, we'll call this one test2, and we'll put this is also a test. So we'll see we've done just like the first variable. We've named it test2, use single quotations. We can also append to this this echo statement by putting a period and then put test2, and that will append this test2 to the first test. Just by putting the period in between, it'll echo both of these. So we'll save that, and we'll see this is a test, this is also a test. So you can append a variable that way. You can also append and put other information in between these two variables. If you put a single quote, and say if we want to put a space in between here, another single quote, and then another period to append. So these periods basically just allow you to put other information into the echo variable. So if we save it and view here, you'll see it's put in test or a space there between the word test and this. Without these periods, it would come up with an error because it doesn't know what you're trying to do. Server error, server 500 error, because PHP just doesn't understand why you've put quotation marks in there. So these periods just let it know that it's separate variables, it's a separate statement, and that's how that's done. So also we could echo out the variables this way. We could just do another echo and say test2, and it would display just like the first time. And as you can see, no matter how many spaces we put between these, they're still right next to each other on the screen. It doesn't matter how much space you put in between any of these lines, it's not going to make any difference. We can put all these on one line if you wanted to, and it would still be exactly the same on the screen. So as you can see, they're all on one line, and it's still exactly the same on the screen. It's just really hard to read over here. So that pretty much covers it for this video. I just wanted to give you a quick introduction to how to get PHP set up on your computer and how you can start creating documents, and just a quick overview of the echo statement in PHP. In the next videos, we'll get more into detail about various things you can do with PHP. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe or share this video if you thought it was helpful, and look forward to more videos coming soon.